enable.
Hello and welcome to Redefining Shipping, a special episode that will take you through the journey of a leading global technology company that has shifted the paradigm in the shipping business in the digital era. The company that's literally making waves is Pitney Bowes, and to tell us more, today I'm in conversation with the Senior Vice President Global SMB Products and Strategy and Chairman India at Pitney Bowes, Manish Chaudhary. Welcome to the show, Manish. It's a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you.
Let's start from the beginning. Pitney Bowes began its operations a century ago and is today established as one of the leaders in shipping and mailing industry. Could you take us through the initial years of your company?
Sure. So almost 100 years back, Pitney Bowes really pioneered the mailing industry. And if you look at the journey from owning the mail piece to really innovating, and essentially we started the whole folding and inserting business where we started putting the paper in the envelope.
Right.
We moved into document management, and we started owning the content which goes in the on the piece of paper,
right,
which gets folded and then mailed. Then we went into more addressing and more data and analytics. And eventually, as the markets have changed, now we are trying to solve and remove the complexity out of the shipping side of the industry. So as technology is changing with artificial intelligence, IoT, big data, analytics, the cloud computing and mobile, our products have changed, the client needs have changed. And something which I wanted to highlight was when I talked about mobile, one of the things which Pitney Bowes from what we used to do to what we are trying to do is this whole new Android platform. We call it the C Series Send Pro platform. So this is an Android based device which essentially lets consumers to do mailing as well as shipping. But the more important thing is on this platform we are creating an ecosystem of partners and third-party developers, and almost an ecosystem of sorts where our clients can now leverage more applications and more things. So for example, we did a press release some time back which was really bringing 5 or 6 different partners and launching those applications. So we partnered with Google for an app store. We had Freshworks as a partner, which is a company based out in Bangalore for customer service.
Right.
We partnered with a company called Deliv, which was an interesting same-day delivery application. So we're on a journey of really creating an ecosystem based on an Android platform. Gives us a very, very strong optionality in terms of opening the aperture in new areas and new ways of really getting more shipping, more mailing, and more, I would call it like SMB productivity type of things.
That's quite an interesting point you've made. So what was the real objective behind having these partner programs, and how has the overall customer experience been?
So, there was a time when there were walled gardens of companies creating software. Now we are living in an interconnected set of applications. And what I mean by interconnected set of application is you really have to create an ecosystem where all of these companies coming together for a set of services and value which they can bring to the clients is going to work. And I think the partner program and our Android open platform for sending is an example of how we are bringing all these different partners. So we have companies who are commercially successful.
Right.
They create very elegant products. They are in the pre-shipping or post-shipping workflows, or they're also in the SMB adjacent workflows. Or they could be companies which are very, very strong in an international market doing shipping, or having some of the things on the SMB side, and we're bringing those on our Send Pro Android platform. So we've been very, very excited. I think this has been a great journey in terms of I can give you an example. I think maybe an example will get all of these things to. So think about it. If you were a retailer, a small retailer selling leather jackets out of your basement, and you sell your leather jackets on 5 different e-commerce marketplaces. Now, what you need is you want order management, you need inventory, You need a very simple way of weighing your things, finding out what's the rate of shipping. You want to track a parcel. You want to print the labels.
Right.
And you want to do that all in the easiest, cheapest, and the most efficient way. So what we do is our C-Series platform, since it has applications, we can have an application to do insurance rate shopping. We may have an Android app which will do a same-day delivery. So if you're getting orders, let's say, from New York to LA or New York to a place which is 30 minutes,
right.
you can use the Deliv application to do a 30-minute same-day delivery.
Right.
And you can use the shipping applications to find the cheapest rate and the most convenient way of shipping the parcel. So these value-added services really come together on that device. So that makes the job of the e-tailer who's selling leather jackets so much easy versus finding 10 different softwares, a laptop and a printer and a weighing scale and a complex. So it's all about removing the complexity, making it so easy,
right.
and making it very, very elegant and convenient for the client. So that's kind of the whole premise of really bringing all these partners together on the C-Series platform.
So are you catering to any particular sector or industry, or is it for all? Like apart from just SMBs, are you also targeting other enterprises?
So that's a great question. So if you see the segments which we have, so we have close to 700,000 plus customers.
Right.
There are anywhere from doctors, lawyers, insurance agents, to large banks or large insurance companies who happen to be really using these devices. But there's something very, very common in all of them. They are all sending stuff, whether it's a mail piece or a parcel. They all want it to be done very, very easy and very convenient. And
right.
they want all the data and analytics to really combine all of that experience together. So it's the user experience and the client experience is a very, is all around the small and medium businesses, and how do you make it easy for
right.
them.
Right. So absolutely, because I believe that you are working in an industry which plays a pivotal role in trade and commerce. So do you want to share your views on how the global shipping industry is doing and how are you contributing towards it?
Sure. There is no doubt that the shipping industry is going through a phenomenal growth globally. It's backed by multiple factors, whether it is the e-commerce business growing or the complexity of shipping in a cross-border environment or in a domestic environment. And Pitney Bowes is really rightly placed in solving all of those things together from multiple dimensions. But let me focus on what we are trying to do from an SMB focus. There are three main areas which Pitney Bowes SMB business is trying to solve. So one, I call it as the enterprise shipping. We have a product called Centro Enterprise, which is really catering to large, complex organizations where you
right.
have hundreds and thousands of locations, and each one of the location has to do some sending or of mail or a ship. Now, what does an enterprise need? You want a single sign-on, you want enterprise features, you want a common cost accounting, and you want it easily deployable across all of your enterprise offices.
Right.
So that's kind of one segment which we really cater, and we're doing an amazing job, and we're very happy with the progress in the enterprise space. The second segment which we are catering is what I call as the e-tail and the retail shippers, where you're trying to sell a lot of your goods as a small e-tailers on multiple e-commerce platforms, and you want a very simple, easy way of just shipping stuff and tracking those things. And there's a third segment which is, we call it as the SOHO SMB shippers, the doctor's office, the lawyer's office, the insurance offices, where you have large packets or flats, and you want, again, a very simple, easy solution to do all of those transactions. From our standpoint, we actually do that on a SaaS platform, and we also have what I call it is the C-Series device, which does the mailing and the shipping together. So I think the underlying assets are, the rate shopping of the carrier networks, our ability to track every parcel, and our ability to provide all the analytics of your spend and optimizing those spends across all of those customers, and the value-added services which we are bringing in from the partner program.
As part of your growth strategy, how do you see India as a market where you can do investment, acquisitions, and so on?
That's a great question. Again, I would say, let me tell you a story. I came 10 years back to India to set up our operations. The internet speed was very slow. The number of Android devices and smartphones were very limited. E-commerce was just taking off. And fast forward 10 years, this is the fastest growing market when it comes to smartphones. The infrastructure on digital economy is very, very good. There is no limitation of computing power in this market. And the e-commerce retail story is everyone is aware of, whether it is the large ones and the small ones. So what that does is, while we've been doing business in India for a long time, we've been having great associations with India Post. Most of the large banks and insurance companies are customers, but that's not really what I'm excited about India. I think what I'm excited about in India is this ability to really bridge mailing and shipping together. And how do you really jump on the bandwagon of what's really happening in the e-tail and the retail industry? The phenomenal amount of success which we have seen really makes this market as one of the important strategic markets for us to really go after shipping. We have a very strong R&D center right here in Noida. We have another one in Pune. We have our sales offices in Bangalore, Gurgaon. So we are fairly well placed when it comes to really creating products for this market and really bringing the shipping and the Android technology.
So how are you maximizing R&D to strengthen your brand?
So it goes back to if you have local understanding of the market, if you have people in country who can innovate for those markets, I don't think there's anything better. And I think it's a great asset which we have. And it's just not only for India. We're using the international resources to really figure out, because of time zone, can we expedite something in Australia or in Japan or in some of the other markets. So it's great to have local talent who understands the market.
All right, Manish. On that note, we'll take a short break, but don't go anywhere as the conversation with Manish Chaudhary of Pitney Bowes continues on the other side. Welcome back. You're watching a special episode, Redefining Shipping, and I'm in conversation with the Senior Vice President, Global SMB Products and Strategy, and Chairman India of Pitney Bowes, Manish Chaudhary. Let's talk about technology now, Manish. So, as an innovator in e-commerce and shipping space, how are you continuously innovating to stay ahead of the curve?
That's a great question. So, let me give you a little bit of my beliefs and market trends. So I believe whatever can be automated will get automated. Whatever can be connected will get connected. Computing in cloud is not about computers anymore. It's about really providing business insights and actionable insights. The user experience and design is going to be the defining factor of really making all of the technology and innovations come together. So, and why I'm saying it is, we as a company made investments in 4 or 5 key strategic technology. We made investments in artificial intelligence, IoT, cloud computing, mobile, and data and analytics. And I can give you examples in each one of these, which will probably bring this whole conversation to life. So let me give you an example of IoT. So we have close to 200,000 plus connected IoT devices. And what IoT does is it essentially helps you to really have a business transformation around ecosystem of companies coming together to solve something. In our case, we collect all the signals from all of our devices which are connected. Our clients are using it. So we are generating billions and billions of signals about how are you using it, what's really going on, and how can we help the clients before he knows that there is an issue with the device. So we launched something known as Send Pro Care app for our clients to actually download on their phones. It's on the device, and it makes the whole conversation so much easier, which makes the customer experience really come to life.
Do you want to talk to us about that? What is this technology all about?
So this is IoT, which is all the connected devices are really sending signals and information in a cloud infrastructure, where we analyze every one of those infrastructure and the signals coming in to figure out, are you low on ink, Are you going to run into problems? Are you using the device the way we wanted you to use?
Right.
An example of this is a partnership which we did with a company called Freshworks,
All right.
which they created an artificial intelligence-based chatbot. You train the chatbot to the client's usage data and how they should be using the product. The chatbot essentially starts telling you, hey, if you were to use shipping instead of this workflow, you're going to start saving money. So there's a whole notion of how you're using artificial intelligence and IoT. I'll give another example on data and analytics. So, as I said, we have 700,000 plus customers. We do billions and billions of transactions. And
Right.
what do the companies and the clients need? They really want to optimize the spend. They really want to optimize how are they using all of their assets appropriately. If you can use analytics the way it needs to be, you can have those clients actually get to the next level. And I kind of say, a lot of time people don't differentiate between accounting and reporting and analytics. And I say,
Right.
accounting is your data as is. Reporting is I can put some fancy charts and give your data to have you better see it.
Right.
But that's not analytics. Analytics is really analyzing the trends, really looking at your business and really giving you actionable insights, which may be recommendations, which may be how you can optimize and run your business in more business-centric actionable insights. So that's kind of the nature of technology and how we're using some of the fundamental core technologies in our business.
So what are some of the biggest innovations, according to you, that have contributed to your growth trajectory?
I would say the biggest one, as I spoke about, was the launch of our C-Series, SendPro platform. Early this year, we launched SendPro C-Series, which is an Android-based sending device, which
Right.
does mailing, shipping, and a whole lot of other things. We have close to 57,000 devices being sold in the markets which the clients are using.
Right.
We have created a partner program where we've launched 16 different partner applications on those devices. We have an interconnected set of mobile, Android, iOS, ways of managing all of those things. So again,
Right.
that's an example of how you can really transform an industry by creating something which the clients love it. We've won design awards for that innovation from variety of industry forums. But again, 1 year, 57,000 devices, really getting into more shipping side of the business. That's a great innovation.
All right. So we all are aware of the fact that SMBs do account for the majority of your revenue model. So how are you reinventing your products and solutions to help SMBs identify new opportunities and also connect with their customers better?
Mm-hmm. So we're doing it in 4 different ways. So one, we are really expanding the value which we provide in a particular product by having more SaaS offerings connected to. So for example, having a shipping capability with each one of our device and each one of our client
Right.
is one way. Really running a partner program and providing more value-added services is another way. Really bringing in the analytics to the clients is the kind of the third way of providing more value. And then giving them a better client service and a client experience by the IoT and analytics-based technology. So that's kind of one dimension of things. The second dimension, I would say, is really expanding and helping the shipping needs. We believe everyone who's sending a mail is also sending a parcel.
Right.
And how you kind of bridge these two conversations for an SMB, because an SMB, they really want to send stuff, whether it's a mail piece or a parcel. So how can you use technology to really make the difference and the complexity invisible to a client is kind of
Right.
what we're trying to do. So our new offerings in the shipping space, a product called SendPro Online. We did an experiment I wouldn't say an experiment now, but it's a great a partner program result. So we launched a shipping product in Australia with a partner called Sendle.
Right.
Again, this particular example also exemplifies that how two companies can create an elegant product which is really fitting the SMB e-tail segment, and how do you make it so easy for them. So we had a great success in the first 3 months of launching that solution. So we are trying to get more shipping integrated in each one of the solutions and providing more value-added services for each one of those SMBs, just to make it so much easier for them to do it.
All right. That's a wrap on this special episode. I hope you have enjoyed the insights shared by Manish Chaudhary, on the shipping sector, the challenges and opportunities, and its future trends. Until next time, goodbye and thanks for watching.
Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.